Okay, I'm going to be going over a position that I took on the GBPUSD, and I'm going to be showing you how I analyzed the market, how I executed the trade, and how I managed the trade. And I'm also going to post screenshots of the trade that I took. Currently, I'm also in a trade on the GBPUSD right now on the 15-minute time frame. Identified this order block after identifying the 1-minute trend. So you can see the trend was up, we broke the structure here, we retraced this 1-hour order block, we pushed down, we broke structure again over at this level, and then we retraced this 1-hour order block, but this was too big and there were these large wicks. So into the 15-minute time frame, I identified the 15-minute order block and I placed my entry on that as I saw this ascending corrective pattern forming, and it tapped into the order block, actually tapped into the 50%. So if you execute your orders at the 50%, you would have had almost no drawdown, and then it's pushing down, so then you'd be trading your stop above the lower highs. So as you can see, it broke the structure, made a lower high, went down, and this looks like a new lower high forming. So once this low breaks, then you'd move your stop loss to there. But for now, my stop loss is on break even, and it's currently running, looks like 3.3%. Looks like it's about 3%. Oh, max at 3%, but it's currently running at 2. So back to the initial trade. I'll just use the replay tool and go to this candle. So what we have here on the daily is we had an initial push down, an impulse to the downside, and we formed a daily order block. So that was my area of interest. Then we began to make higher highs and higher lows, higher high, higher low, higher high. This looks like a higher low. I'm going to make a higher high, and it hasn't yet broken the highs, so it's not yet a confirmed higher low. So I was looking for price to come into this order block before pushing to the downside, and I'll just go to the H4 and show you something very interesting. What we have here on the 4-hour time frame is an uptrend, but we have a double top. And what happens when we have a double top is retail traders are looking for sell positions in this area, and because of this, there's lots of liquidity above this double top area. Liquidity is orders, stop losses, take profit, stop losses, and sell positions. So what I'm looking for is for the institutions to mitigate these orders and then price to continue down, and if that happens, that'll be in confluence with the daily order block, because there's a daily order block. So the price will mitigate these stop losses. All the people that are selling will get taken out because they see this as resistance and a double top pattern. Price will tap into the institution order block and drop. So that's what I was looking for. And we can also see that these are high highs forming. This is the current low. So if price breaks below this low, it'll be a downtrend. So let me just play this out. So what we have there, price breaks the double top, and then I was now looking for short positions. Sorry about those. So I was waiting for an impulse to the downside to break structure to confirm that it's a downtrend, otherwise price could just continue going up. And here we had that reaction that I was waiting for. So I'll just use the order tool to mark my order block. So that's where the institutions got into their sell positions. That's why the market went down so heavily. So everybody who was selling here, they got taken out. The people who were buying this break and retest, the price failed to continue up, it's broken down. So price has taken both the buyers and the sellers out of the market. Now price pushes down, and this was a confirmed order block for me, so I placed a sell stop at that level. Stops exactly on the high, because I know if price gets back to that level, it's probably going to continue in an uptrend. And then my take profit was a 125, because price would have had to at least come to this low to either reject and move up. Also saw these lows as a place where buyers would potentially be looking for support, so for that level to come and be mitigated. And another confirmation was this area of imbalance. So order blocks are very strong when there's insufficient price action, which are areas of imbalance. So that's why this order block is stronger than most other order blocks. So I'm looking for price to come retrace up to this, to fill the imbalance, to tap into the order block and to continue short. And this is off the 1 hour time frame. So as you can see, price is moving correctively compared to this impulsive move to the downside. So that just confirms that this is a valid place to look for sells. Also, price broke this structure, which is holding the uptrend. Just turn this off. Use this tool. So this was a 1 hour uptrend, higher highs, higher lows. There's a low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, and it broke that structure and that structure. So that's why the trend changed from an uptrend to a downtrend. So price taps into the order block and immediately rejects off. One thing that's interesting is if you go to the 1 minute time frame, although I didn't enter on the 1 minute time frame, we had price moving up in an uptrend. We had these, you can see this as a high forming. We formed a lower high, higher low, sorry, higher high. Then we formed another higher low, another higher high, and then we began to break structure. So after we broke structure, it wasn't impulsively, we moved to upside again. We broke these highs, mitigating the orders, and then impulsed downwards again, and this formed a larger Wyckoff distribution schematic. So you can label it differently, but you can see that this was automatic reaction. Sorry, this is a bias climax and automatic reaction, and then we had the spring there, or you can call it a UT or a up thrust or a UTAD before pushing down, then the final test before moving to the downside. But I took this on the 1 hour, and price began to move down. Once it broke this level, I was locking my profits, because I always lock at 2.5%. But then I also want to show you another amazing trade that we caught while we're still in this trade, which just shows the fractal nature of the market, and it also shows the power of order blocks and institutional concepts. So price is moving down, and now you can see the 1 minute time frame is in a strong downtrend, and as it's moving down, you can see we're forming institutional candles, so we can look for a sell in this area if price comes to retest this area, because we formed an institutional candle and we've broken the lows. So I'll place an order there in case price taps into there. Short. So as you can see, we failed to tap into this institutional candle, but price has formed a new order block, this being on the 1 minute time frame in this area. And this one is even clearer because we have the order block on the 1 minute time frame. The order block has broken highs, it's broken this micro uptrend, broken that low, broken that low, broken that low, broken that low. It's broken 5 minute structure also, and it's formed imbalance in this area. So you can see that imbalance area with insufficient price action. So this is a high probability order block. Also keep in mind that 1 hour time frame is in a downtrend. We also have the daily order block, and with all those confirmations, that's when we go to the 1 minute time frame to look for an entry. So what happened is price came, tapped into the 1 minute order block, and immediately reacted off of it, and then price moved into a downtrend. So if you're targeting the first low, which would be the first target, that would be 6.5 or 6.5% with 1% risk. And if you're trailing your stop below the lows, you'd be there by now. You move your stop there, you move your stop there because it broke that low. Then you could be taken out here because price broke the lower high, so price is looking to be moving into an uptrend. And that would be 10R with 1% risk, that would be 10%. I'm just going to go back to the 1 hour trade. So this trade, as you can see, it was moving very impulsively. It didn't make any levels of structure to react off of. So I locked in profit at 1% and I got taken out for 1 hour. I just want you to notice how price reacted off of the level almost by the pip. There's about, let me measure that, .001 pip, 0.1 pip drawdown, maybe 2. I just find that fascinating, how price reacts off of specific levels and not really areas, because many retail traders would like pick out an area and be like, this is a support zone, and they wait for price to tap into the zone, and they're very bad risk reward ratios, and it's just sad. Okay, so price continued. And if I was holding that trade, it would have taken me out at break even, but I got taken out at 1%, and price just continued to play out. So I'm still looking for downside because this is still a daily order block. Oh, and one thing that's also interesting is this 1 minute trade, if you're holding, maxed out at 21%. But there's no way I would have been able to know what is going up till there only, so I wouldn't take it out precisely. Yeah, so I got out at 10. Price continued to play out, an order block formed here. We didn't tap into that order block, we tapped into the imbalance level, push down, and this is close to the current price action. This is how the week opened. So I'll just clear this. And that's the trade recap.